Ross?
I'll go deep thoughts this time.
The creative output has really been stunted over the last 4 years with all the record label signings and the touring. There is probably a lot more than just this record you wish to start putting out. With all this in mind, where do you see Tally Hall in 5 years? Please use a microphone.
I would say that having gone through everything
Thanks.
So embarrassing.
having gone through everything that has happened the last few years as far as working a lot with a small amount of material, I think it's fair to say we'll be a lot more cognizant of needing to progress. I think it's nice being here now and having just recorded and seeing that I feel we've come a long way since the last time we recorded. And perhaps a lot of time in between to some extent is a good thing, but I think we'd like to, in 5 years, be able to say that we've upped our productivity and actually releasing more recordings, more real separate entities of recordings as opposed to just various versions of the same. It was a lot of making sure we were jumping to the place that we would be able to do that consistently. So
I wonder how much of that will actually be audible.
I was even having trouble hearing.
Sorry.
Were you close enough to the microphone?
I think the mic is not a real microphone.
I'll go deep thoughts.
Zubin,
Sir.
you often use lots of additional orchestration in your studio recordings.
True.
Have you ever considered adding additional members to the band?
No. Well, we have had past musicians with us on stage, but the way we've kind of wanted to do it is to add. Well, it's kind of a secret, but don't tell anybody. Everyone who's watching this, that we would like to have hologram musicians playing behind us, or like orchestration. So one day, if this record takes off, which we're hoping it will, we may enhance our stage show by doing such a thing.
Gotcha. Would you, I guess that answers the question I was going to say, even want just a touring backing band, but I guess that
so we can focus on the choreography?
Yes.
Yeah, so we dance.
Yeah.
Also, Bora is kind of the orange tie.
Thank you.
He has an orange tie.
Also, we're gonna try not to lip sync in the future.
Good. That was very embarrassing on Saturday Night Live when that went bad.
Wait, that wasn't us. I think that was us.
Oh, you're right.
Actually,
I'm sorry.
I was reading about today, some artists got banned from a country for lip syncing. It might have been Britney Spears at a concert
Really?
recently.
Dances so much.
Like,
It's
people
not
were
so much
demanding
lip
refunds.
syncing as it is singing along with yourself singing. It's a fine line. It's a fine line.
I think they just lip sync that. I don't know.
They sing. They just sing.
We have digressed.
Okay, nice question.
Holograms. Holograms are the answer.
I'll go
Rob
with
wants a
the
question.
past, present, and future Tally Hall. For 6
But also make it a deep thought.
Rob, earlier indications of a concept album have faded.
Concept album?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there is a definite theme
Yeah.
throughout this new record, and what appears to be perhaps some medley-esque concepts happening.
Interesting.
What can you say about that?
Well, perhaps it's not like there's concept albums and non-concept albums, but it's more of a spectrum, and this falls somewhere on the spectrum.
The spectrum.
I mean, there's thematic ties between all the songs on this album, but it doesn't tell a story. And that's probably all we like to
To let go.
Spell,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, can I ask, was
Yeah.
that purposely done? What, or did you all kind of come to the realization that, hey, all of our songs
it was intentional.
It was intentional.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about what the themes are?
Probably not.
Okay.
Sooner to the release date, I think.
Okay.
Because it's a little far off still, you know?
Yeah.
And we're still hashing it out.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Andrew.
I'll take facts for
I'm sorry, that's not a category.
swords for 900. Current and future.
This is technically the second time you recorded with Atlantic. The first being just the polished work on Marvin, which probably gave you perhaps somewhat of an idea of how they work. Is anything different this time around, or would you just completely disagree with my assumption altogether?
Atlantic didn't have very much to do with this album recording process, aside from being the financial support to make it possible. We chose a producer that we were comfortable with working with, and he wanted to work with us, and so we pursued that and had a budget, and we went to LA, and over the course of a month and a half.
What actually brought you to the conclusion of Tony Hopper as producer?
Put a list together of maybe 10 or 15 people that we like to work with, and he was one of at the top of that list, and he was one of the first couple people to get back to us. And we're like, okay, done.
Was he already familiar with your work?
No, but our management sent some CDs to a couple of producers. And we just kind of were hoping someone would respond. We got a response really quickly, so we're like, okay, this is it.
And I assume you're really happy with the outcome.
Yeah, it's really, really easy to work with. We had a good time. Sounds great. Still being mixed, so we'll find out. It's not quite done yet, but so far so good.
We should note that we are actually really excited about it and really happy with it. It's just that we're nearing 3/4 of the way through our tour, so we're all a little bit tired and I'm a little sick. So if there's no indication of joy coming from our answers, it's just because we're a little bit tired.
Kaz can add the enthusiasm.
Yeah, I have After Effects. It's fine.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
You can do add the Bora explosions around it. Laughing it up.
Category, please.
I will go with Past and Future once again. Daily Double.
Are there any new music videos in the planning stages?
Wait, how much would you like to wager first?
You already got the question.
True Daily Double. True Daily Double. Yeah, I get the question.
True Daily Double.
Nothing specific, but there are definitely some ideas floating out.
Okay. I don't suppose you want to tell us for what songs.
I think it's there are going to have to be some conversations early next year about which songs will be featured initially.
Yeah.
And we haven't even heard the entire mixes yet. So
Would you have that final decision as to what songs would be released as singles, or is that the label?
at this point, it would probably be a conversation between us, management, the label, and everybody that's involved.
Okay.
It's an interestingly hazy, collaborative decision. I don't really know.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
We'll veto something if we have in the past, and if we don't feel like we like it. But
Yeah.
I think we enough talking until everyone agrees on something that everyone's happy with. Kind of thing.
and ultimately, we're happy with everything that's on the album. So.
Cool.